So my story is not just about what I survived. It is about who I became after survival. And it
Uh,
made me reevaluate my life because it was like, I keep choosing the wrong guy. Like I've been in relationships with,
Me too.
with married men, with men that had other committed relationships. And those were my preferences, right? Because
Mm,
they didn't have to commit to me. I didn't have to commit to them. And
mhm.
I can just get whatever I needed out of the relationship, which was always monetary. But that was my cycle. You attract what you are.
Right.
And even though we hate to admit it as women and men, we do. If you're toxic, you're gonna attract a toxic man because an aligned man is not gonna be attracted to a woman that's toxic, right? And see, we don't stop to reevaluate ourselves or the relationship we just came out of. What didn't you like in that relationship? What did you like in that relationship? Who was that man that you were in a relationship with? And what did your body tell you that why you didn't feel safe? You know what I mean? All of these questions, these red flags, we turn our backs to them. We ignore them. But I want women to understand it's not about what's in a man's pocket. It's not about his status. It's not about his job or the amount of money that he makes. None of that is going to give you real love and real satisfaction. Well, we have to be empresses. And if a woman thinks of herself as an empress, she thinks of herself as royalty. Because when you think about an empress doesn't accept things that a normal, common woman would, right?
And some people say, "Oh, you think you're a queen?"
Yeah.
And well, I am a queen.
I don't need validation from anyone on the outside.
Yeah.
I know who I am, and it doesn't matter if no one else thinks it. It only matters what I think. I have each one of us is one suitcase each. I had $500 in my pocket, and I left. And that is how the whole transition began. But this time, I realized I was not going to choose a man to help rebuild me. I
Right.
wanted to be able to take care of myself on my own without a man. I wanted to take care of my kids without a man. I wanted to have my own stuff without anybody always. So I dug so deep and I didn't do it for me. I knew I had to survive for my children.
Yeah.
Did not want this to be their ending place. And so I fought really hard. I got one job and then I got another job. I convinced the job to let me work from home. I got my kids in school. $500. 500. That was
Oh, you had in your
August.
pocket. Yeah.
Yeah, that was August.
Yeah.
And school was starting. That was August of 2011. I will never forget it. By September of 2011, I had gotten into my own place. I learned that I had to teach people how to treat me. And in order for me to do that, I had to look at myself differently and treat myself differently in order for someone else to treat me. Honestly, my children saved my life so many times because I think a lot of choices I made in life, I always considered I got to go back to them. I can't leave them in this world without me being there to protect them and to make sure that these things that happen to me don't happen to them. But I will tell you during that time, I was practicing celibacy because I did not want to get caught up in emotionally with somebody and
Right.
being soul tied with someone and then being, gravitating toward them because I don't know, the sex is good maybe. So I didn't. I think every woman should explore her body and know what pleases her and what makes her get to that point. Because if you don't know your body, how can you expect a man to know your body? Right. I learned who Karen was. I knew what my boundaries was. I knew what I wanted. I knew who I was. And that was the most important thing for me was to know who I am.
The point is, I want someone who isn't going to make me cry.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. I want someone who isn't going to make me cry, who I don't have to wonder what they're doing behind my back. And they're emotionally safe for me.
Once you understand who you are and what you're willing to accept, then naturally you're going to attract the man that's going to be aligned with who you're becoming.